president at the center of the storm. President Trump asking him for a favor before bringing up Joe Biden. Hundreds of millions in U.S. military aid had been halted before the call. Tonight, questions about who inside the White House revealed this to the whistleblower. Questions about the Attorney General, William Barr. What did he know? And just in tonight, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo has just been subpoenaed. And the controversial figure the president met with today for help in this fight. The breakdown in court today, the former Dallas police officer charged with murder, crying as she was asked about the moment she shot and killed a man in his own apartment, saying she thought it was her apartment, saying she wishes he was the one with the gun. The urgent manhunt all day for a possible serial shooter on the loose in a community already rocked by a mass shooting. The warnings to drivers with car trouble to call police first. And now a breaking development just in. The new concern tonight involving Triple E, the potentially deadly mosquito virus. That virus now discovered just outside New York City. And tonight from New England to Michigan, what some parents are now being told. The deputy shot from behind and critically wounded today. We have just learned he did not survive. The major winter storm set to hit this weekend. Rob has the new track. And the new Joker movie. Amid this climate of mass shootings, the FBI, the LAPD, among those taking action tonight. And the major movie chains telling customers, do not come in costume.
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on a Friday night. And we begin with the first subpoenas in the impeachment inquiry launched after news of that phone call between President Trump and the Ukrainian president. President Trump saying, do us a favor, later bringing up his political opponent Joe Biden and saying, we've done a lot for Ukraine. Tonight, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi saying the president's actions gave Congress no choice but to investigate. And this evening, the circle widening. What did Attorney General William Barr know about this? Speaker Pelosi saying just today, Barr has, quote, gone rogue. And late today, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo was subpoenaed to produce documents now. What did he know about the president's wishes when it came to Ukraine? And word just in tonight, the controversial figure President Trump met with for help in this fight. ABC's Mary Bruce again tonight, leading us off from the Hill.
Tonight, the tentacles of this crisis are spreading. Questions about who in the White House spoke with the whistleblower, about Attorney General Bill Barr and what did he know? And tonight, the State Department under the microscope. House Democrats issuing a subpoena to Secretary of State Mike Pompeo.
Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you all being here.
Lawmakers are now asking for State Department documents related to Ukraine, and they're particularly interested in communication involving the president's personal attorney, Rudy Giuliani. Giuliani's mentioned 31 times in the whistleblower complaint, which says multiple U.S. officials were deeply concerned by what they viewed as Mr. Giuliani's circumvention of national security decision-making processes to engage with Ukrainian officials and relay messages back and forth between Kiev and the president. The whistleblower claims he was told State Department officials, including ambassadors, spoke to Giuliani, trying to contain the damage to national security. Those ambassadors, he says, sought to help Ukrainian leaders understand and respond to the differing messages they were receiving from U.S. official channels on one hand and from Mr. Giuliani on the other. Giuliani says it was the State Department that asked him to get involved in the first place.
I have uncovered corruption that this Washington swamp has been covering up effectively for years. And his State Department, asked me to do this.
Reporters asking Pompeo, did the State Department give instructions to the president's personal lawyer?
To the best of my knowledge, and from what I've seen so far, each of the actions that were undertaken by State Department officials was entirely appropriate and consistent with the objective that we've had to create a better relationship between the United States and Ukraine.
Tonight, an overwhelming majority of Democrats now publicly back the impeachment inquiry. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi making it clear this investigation is squarely focused on the president's actions regarding Ukraine.
I think we have to stay focused, as far as the public is concerned, on the fact that the President of the United States used taxpayer dollars to shake down the leader of another country for his own political gain. The rest of it is ancillary.
She also had strong words for the Attorney General for how he handled the complaint.
I do think the Attorney General has gone rogue. He has for a long time now.
Republicans still largely behind the president, but not rushing to defend his actions.
I don't have any comment. Rudy Giuliani needs to come testify?
But former Republican Senator Jeff Flake says dozens of his former colleagues want the president impeached.
Somebody mentioned yesterday that if there were a private vote, that there'd be 30 Republican votes. That's not true. There'd be at least 35, or maybe more if it were a private vote.
Let's bring in Mary Bruce live on the Hill tonight. And Mary, House Democrats making it clear tonight that they do not want this to drag out. They want to move quickly, but what does that mean in Washington? Give us a timeline here.
Well, David, the revelations outlined in this whistleblower complaint have now supercharged this investigation. The House is now in recess for the next 2 weeks, but committee leaders are making it clear they're going to be working straight through that break. Tonight, they are now mapping out potential hearings, depositions, more subpoenas. Some Democrats, David, are even telling us they want a vote on impeachment before the end of the year. David.
A very long fall ahead. Mary, thank you. There is word tonight of a meeting the president had just today for help with this fight, meeting with the head of the NRA. And tonight, the video from inside that room, that meeting we reported on here last night, the president furious, comparing those White House officials who shared information with the whistleblower to spies. Here's ABC's chief White House correspondent, Jonathan Karl, tonight.
President Trump spent the day huddled with top aides, plotting a strategy for the most consequential political fight of his presidency. At least some of the president's closest advisors believe it is inevitable that he will be impeached. And the most important thing is to get it over with quickly and move on to the campaign.
You know, they have a whistleblower, another whistleblower. He turned out to be a fake. He's a fake.
In a precursor of the battle to come, President Trump can be seen in a video obtained by Bloomberg lashing out at the whistleblower in a closed-door meeting with the staff of the U.S. mission to the UN.
So the whistleblower came out and said nothing. Said a couple of people told me he had a conversation with Ukraine. We're at a war. These people are sick. They're sick.
The president even suggests that White House officials who spoke to the whistleblower committed treason.
I want to know who's the person that gave the whistleblower, who's the person that gave the whistleblower the information? Because that's close to a spy. You know what we used to do in the old days when we were smart, right? With spies and treason, right? We used to handle it a little differently than we do now.
The long-standing penalty for treason in the U.S. has been death. But the president's own director of national intelligence told Congress the whistleblower, quote, acted in good faith and did the right thing.
You don't have any reason to accuse them of disloyalty to our country or suggest they're beholden to some other country, do you?
Sir, absolutely not.
John Karl with us live tonight from the White House. And John, as I mentioned there a moment ago, you're learning tonight that as the president prepares for this fight now, he's getting some help from the NRA?
David, the president met here at the White House today with the NRA's chief executive, Wayne LaPierre, who offered financial support to defend the president in the coming battle over impeachment. Of course, he has helped the president before. The NRA spent more than $30 million to help him get elected. David?
John Karl with us again tonight as well. Thank you, John. We're going to move on now to that breakdown in court today. The former Dallas police officer charged with murder in the shooting death of her neighbor. She says she entered his apartment mistaking it for her own. And today, a high-stakes move for her defense. Amber Geiger taking the stand herself, tearfully saying she wishes her neighbor was the one with the gun, and then describing her attempt to keep him alive. Prosecutors, though, then pounced. ABC's Marcus Moore in Dallas again tonight.
Ex-Dallas police officer Amber Geiger weeping on the stand, expressing remorse for killing her neighbor, at some points breaking down.
I ask God for forgiveness, and I hate myself every single day. I feel like I don't deserve a chance to be with my family and friends. I wish he was the one with the gun that killed me.
Dramatic body camera video showed the chaotic moments after Geiger mistakenly entered the wrong home thinking it was hers, then fatally shooting 26-year-old Botham Jean.
I was scared he was going to kill me.
In today's testimony, she demonstrated what happened that night.
I have my gun pointed, and I'm saying, let me see your hands, let me see your hands.
She then described the moments after the shooting, insisting she tried to keep Jean alive.
I'm rubbing his chest, just trying to keep him there.
Under cross-examination, the prosecutor pouncing, saying she didn't do enough.
Did you properly perform CPR on Mr. Jean?
No, I did not.
And you could have, right?
I tried to do a little CPR.
Then questioning her use of deadly force.
You chose to pull your gun, to level it off and shoot at Mr. Jean.
I did do that.
That was your choice.
It was my choice.
Geiger was also forced to admit that just 2 days after the fatal shooting, she was texting her married partner with whom she was having an affair.
So as this family is thinking about having to bury their son and their brother, 2 days after the event, you are already going back to talking about getting drunk and doing sexual things with Martin Rivera.
Yes, I did.
And David, testimony just wrapped up here a short time ago. The defense wants to call at least one more expert witness, and the testimony will resume tomorrow morning, and that jury will be sequestered through the weekend. David.
All right, Marcus, thank you. The major winter storm coming this weekend, and tonight the immediate threat, a tornado watch in parts of the Midwest at this hour. At least 3 states on alert right now. Take a look at this, though. We have not seen this in quite a while. The northern Rockies bracing for a major winter storm. Meteorologist Rob Marciano tracking it all. We knew it would come, Rob.
Hi, David. Yeah, hard to believe, though, these ingredients are coming together in September. We now have winter alerts across 7 states. Look at this. 3 states now with winter storm warnings from Washington to Montana. Low's going to dig into the northwest with snow spinning up east of Seattle tomorrow. Cold air drives in from the prairies, and it's going to be full-on winter right through the weekend for Missoula and Great Falls. Could see 6 to 12 inches of snow there. Could see 3-4 feet in places like Cutbank, and wind chills will be in the teens. Traveling over I-80 or I-90, that's going to be an issue, too. Ahead of that, as you mentioned, potent storms tonight in the Midwest. Tornado watch posted that includes Peoria and Quad Cities, and another round coming through Chicago. It's going to be rough through the overnight hours. David?
All right, a stunning sky there behind you, Rob. Thank you. There is breaking news at this hour in the hunt for a possible serial shooter in Odessa, Texas. Police arresting a suspect accused of 4 shootings since just Tuesday, killing 1 person, wounding another, and authorities believe the gunman targeted drivers along the side of the road, some whose vehicles had broken down. And of course, that community dealing with a deadly mass shooting less than a month ago. Now to that growing threat from the mosquito-borne disease Triple E, at least 21 people now sickened in 7 states and 9 deaths. And tonight, word the virus has now been detected in mosquitoes outside New York City. And so tonight, from New England to Michigan, schools are now taking action. And ABC's Adrienne Bankert from Connecticut.
In parts of Connecticut, there will be no Friday night lights. The Windsor High School football team playing their games before dusk to limit exposure to mosquitoes.
It's safety first. I mean, everything we do is regarded to athlete safety and fan safety.
From New England to Michigan, officials are moving up schedules and spraying to protect against Triple E, the rare mosquito-borne virus Eastern equine encephalitis. It's killed 9 and sickened at least 21 others in 7 states. Sophia Garabedian and Star Jackman are 2 of the youngest patients. The 5- and 6-year-olds were hospitalized with brain swelling and are now recovering. Most people who get Triple E have no symptoms, but for a small percentage who have brain swelling, nearly a third have a chance of death, and many survivors suffer long-term neurological damage. For now, schools and parents in Connecticut are taking what precautions they can.
I mean, I'm all for kids being safe, so if it's for safety, but worry about mosquitoes, I like that they made the games earlier for 4.
Administrators here say that they'll keep the earlier game schedule until the weather cools off and they see that first frost. Parents we talked to say they've received text messages and alerts urging them to get their kids inside before sunset. David?
Adrienne Bankert live tonight. Adrienne, thank you. And next this evening, a new warning from the CDC tonight urging people to stop vaping THC products. An analysis of most of the confirmed and probable cases of lung illness is now reported. Shows 77% involved THC, that's the psychoactive component of marijuana. And tonight, Washington is now the latest state to impose a ban on flavored vaping products after New York and Michigan. Massachusetts going further, imposing a 4-month ban on all vaping products there. Tonight here overseas, the eye-opening headline from Iran just days after his visit to the UN and his interview with us. Iran's President Rouhani tonight claiming that the United States offered to drop sanctions in exchange for talks with the U.S. with President Trump, but that it was Iran who said no. Tonight, President Trump tweeting it was Iran who wanted sanctions dropped and that President Trump said no. But even if the Iranian president had been offered relief from the sanctions, as he claims, why not take it? Amid reports the Iranian people are feeling the economic pain. I asked the Iranian president when he was here in New York if he's really putting the Iranian people first. Let me ask you this. I have reported inside Iran before the nuclear deal, and I saw the long lines of people waiting for medicine. I saw the escalating food prices. I heard from so many families. And with all of these provocations, are you putting the Iranian people first? Why not return to the negotiating table, regardless of whether you like what you see from President Trump?